All right, what would you tell someone that's 65 years old and entering retirement?
I would say make sure that you own your own home, that you have a good health plan, and the fact that it's very possible you could live another 20 years.
Or 30 years?
Yeah, 20 or 30.
What year did you retire?
1979.
You were 59 years old?
Yeah, early. So I didn't depend on much on Social Security, so I needed to work on my investments. Also, you have a good financial planner, it's very important, and a good health plan, very important.
Now, when you retired at 59, you never had the luxury of a 401k plan.
No, I got out just before that came in 80, I think it was.
Yeah. So it was either personal savings and pension and Social Security.
Yeah, and on your own home,
Right.
it helps. Yeah.
So if somebody, what advice would you give to someone who's 85 years old and retired?
If you lasted till you're 85, consider yourself lucky. You then have to start thinking a little bit more conservative. Not completely, but you have to adjust your investments to cover that. You're not going to last that long, so you got to make sure that what you have left will last you.
Now, when you're saying be conservative, you still have to keep in mind that, hey, there could be another 10, 15,
Yeah.
even 20 years ahead of me.
Oh, yes, very possible, yeah. So, I don't mean you close the doors and say, I've had it.
Would you say that even if you're 85, you still have to take a long-term view when it comes to your money that's in the stock market?
Yes, definitely.
Would you say having a long-term view has helped you tremendously?
Oh, God, yes, definitely.
You were a big fan of Louis Rukeyser back in the day.
Oh, yeah, Louis. Yes, very true.
What other important things, when you're 85 with healthcare and everything, what other things do you think you have to be cognizant of?
At this point, I was thinking at my age that I was looking into long-term care. Just looking. It's very expensive. Maybe you should look at that when you're 65.
Right?
It's a lot cheaper at that.
Or even 55.
Or 55. Before you retire,
Yeah.
if it's possible.
Build the ark before it starts raining.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say is the biggest surprise in your retirement over the past 32 years?
Outside of living, I've been very satisfied with the way my investments, the advice I got through those years. And I don't have that worry at this point, you know. So that's a big surprise that I could survive
Right.
this long.
What do you-
Health-wise and
Right.
investment-wise.
Would you feel confident in saying that if you lived another 15 years, you'd be comfortable financially?
Oh, yes, definitely.
So now we're going to 100.
100, my God. That's a big number. Yeah.
What would you say to someone that is, considering how volatile and how unpredictable the markets are today? You've lived through 30, 40 years of market volatility.
God, yes.
What would you say to someone today who's scared of the market, but is still young enough that they really got to think about a 30-year retirement?
Yeah. Old Rukeyser, stay the course.
Right.
Don't panic. Things will change. Both ways, actually.
Right.
So it's important that you don't panic.
Right.
go off the deep end,
Would you say the average investor is good at not panicking?
No. Even the well-to-do, the Wall Streeters are in and out of the market and make mistakes,
Right?
Yeah.
It's better off just staying the course.
Staying the course is important, yeah.
Over these 32 years that you've been retired, and with the markets being as volatile as they are today, can you recall other times when you thought things were just as crazy as today?
Today is pretty tough that I can think of. Of course, we've gone through some depressions and some high CD rates, low CD rates. So it's very difficult to pinpoint at this point, what was worse or what. But I know that there were a lot of ups and downs through the years.
Right.
So that's why it's important to stay the course.
Right.
So
You got to imagine fixed income investors today must be having a very difficult
Right.
time just because you've never seen rates this low.
yeah, there's people that are in the CDs, mainly in CDs and those
Right.
things.
It's
Must be
almost like
dying.
it's a guaranteed loss
Yes.
if you consider inflation.
Sure. Cost of living, it's ridiculous.
Do you remember how much a stamp cost you the year you retired?
I don't know, somewhere around 20 cents, something like that.
How about a gallon of gas?
Buck, somewhere around there.
So you got to be cognizant of inflation
Oh,
too,
definitely. Yeah,
which is why you got to keep your long-term outlook
exactly.
on the markets.
It's very important. Yeah.
All right.
And I've been getting magazines and reading magazines about investments, but sometimes they confuse the hell out of you, And it's something to read. It's important that you have a good financial planner to help guide you,
Right.
or some guy or gal that you can throw questions at,
Right.
bounce off.
Right.
What do you think of this? What do you think of that? That you get from these Kiplinger magazines.
Right.
And stuff. So,
Do you remember the first mutual fund investment you ever made?
yeah, Vanguard. Yeah.
Remember the year?
Wow. Must have been, oh God, 30 years ago.
Oh, at least.
Must be.
I'm 41.
Oh God, yeah, before you were born. Yeah, definitely. John Bogle.
You're older than him, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you are.
Yeah. I saw John Bogle when I was getting my stent installed at the Bryn Mawr. He was over there
Oh,
getting,
you're kidding me.
yeah. He was in there getting he had a little small operation.
Right.
We were both there early in the morning, and I said to him, I hope everybody's awake before you start cutting this. Yeah. I think he's from that area.
He's from Havertown.
Havertown, yeah.
He's from Havertown.
Yeah,
He went to Malvern Prep, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
What would you tell someone that, let's say, scared of retirement? They may have planned, but they're just scared because of the uncertainty in the future. Especially someone who's, let's say, 65, 70 and is looking at a potentially 20 to 30-year retirement.
Mm. Oh, I would certainly tell them, don't be scared. You know, if you've got yourself covered with home, you got your health, and you got some idea of what you have, and you're prepared, and you have somebody to lean on, it's important that you don't be scared.
Right.
If you have your health too.
So paralysis by analysis is a negative thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely.
Make your decision, and you can always change it.
Sure. Yeah,
You may have 30 years to change your decision.
yeah, that's true. It's very possible. Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Thing I can think of.
What would you
It's
say
good,
to
yeah,
someone?
it's good.
What would you say to someone who maybe pays too much attention to CNBC every day?
Oh. Well, that's not smart. That's not smart because, as I mentioned earlier, I get these magazines and I start getting confused. So it gives me something that I can check my financial planner. What do you think of this? You know, what do you think of that? But I wouldn't go with these guys that think they know everything.
Right. Because nobody really knows.
No,
The market is the market.
that's right.
It does what it wants to
You
do.
can see.
So you can drive yourself crazy
Yeah,
paying attention every day.
exactly.
There's nothing wrong with watching CNBC, but
No.
they have no idea who you are. They don't know what you own.
No.
How on earth could they ever make a recommendation to you?
Yeah, that's what happens with these magazines.
Right. So it's good to have a
give you a
personal
broad-
relationship.
Yeah, they give you a broad view of what's going on or what they think is good.
Considering you've had an extremely successful retirement for 32 years, what would you change or what would you do, you think, differently? Anything?
Over the, yes. I think my health plan that I got into much too late. And because it's very expensive, by the way. And
Is that your supplemental?
long-term care,
Oh, long-term care.
yeah. I would,
All right, so you waited too long to get long-term care.
yeah, I would think I'd get that before I retired.
What do you think a good year to get that as far as age-wise is? Earlier the better?
As far as the price is concerned.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I would say a good time would be maybe around 50 or so, 55,
Right,
10 years before you retire.
right.
Should start thinking about that.
Long-term care.
Yeah.
At what age did you take Social Security?
Hey, that's a good question.
If you don't remember, that's okay. I'm sure you could take it a lot earlier when you were eligible than you can now. I think
It was
full.
59, I think, when I took
Oh, really? 59?
59, yeah.
So you took.
1979.
So you
yes.
took it at 59 years old.
Yeah,
Wow.
before. But by that time, I was in pretty good shape.
Right.
So I took early retirement. I
Right.
guess, you know.
Plus you had your Boeing pension.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now your Boeing pension has changed dramatically since you
Yes.
originally took it
Yeah.
because of inflation.
Yes. And the health. Man. That's dropped to,
You just get health care now through your pension, right?
yeah, I get a pension. I get something like 500 and some, but my health care in that pension is 260.
So your health care costs
I'm
eat up
getting a
most
couple
of your
$100
pension. Right,
pension, that's all.
right. And inflation has caused that.
Yeah,
That's because we've had so much inflation over the past 32 years
yeah,
that,
the Medicare.
yeah, and the healthcare inflation
Yeah.
far surpasses
Yeah,
the CPI, Consumer Price Index.
yeah,
So
Half
since,
of my pension.
so since your healthcare costs are so expensive through the pension, it basically eats most of your pension away.
Yeah,
Right.
about half of it is gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
So another thing to keep in the
Five-
back of your mind if you're gonna retire at age 59.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. In fact, when my wife was living, it was the healthcare, I didn't get any pension. It took all the pension.
Right, so the healthcare had to cover you and your wife.
Life, yeah.
So you didn't get anything.
No,
It covered your healthcare.
yeah,
So you had
Yeah.
supplemental healthcare through your pension that ate your whole pension,
yeah,
and then you had Medicare, and
Yeah.
that was the whole ball of wax right
Yeah.
there. Wow.
so right now, with her death, I guess I clear about $200 a month.
Right,
It's not much of a pension,
right.
but it's
I would say it's, it covers your bar bill.
it is. Or the gas bill, not even that gas bill,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth. Yeah, that's why you need investments. It's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Okay.